has come and gone, and the New York Knicks, they made a couple of moves. They brought in Bojan Bogdanovic, they brought in Alec Burks, and we have not had a chance to hear your reaction to this yet, Stephen.
Well, you know what? Believe it or not, I'm incredibly happy. But you know what I'm happy most about?
This is the face of a happy man.
You know what I'm happy? Well, I'm not happy. I'm not at the damn Super Bowl in Vegas. But I will say I am happy to be here. Here's the deal, y'all. This is what makes me happy about this situation. That guys are hurt because Thibodeau can't run them into the ground.
Yes.
I'm incredibly ecstatic about this. You understand something here. Jalen Brunson goes down. He'll be back. Julius Randle's going down. He'll be back. Mitchell Robinson is going down. He'll be back. And so and OG Anunoby has been out. He'll be back. I'm looking at it from the standpoint that Tom Thibodeau doesn't get to run these dudes out into the ground because he's constantly prioritizing the regular season a bit too much more so than he should. Here's the other deal that we have to take into consideration. I saw Milwaukee win a game the other night, but I'm still not pleased with what I've been seeing from them. Okay, Boston, keep jacking up 45 threes a game and watch where that gets you. We know the Philadelphia 76ers have nosedived, okay, because Embiid is going to be out. I'm concerned about the Cleveland Cavaliers because that brother Donovan Mitchell is showing everybody why he should have been a starter for the All-Star. This is the bottom line. If you're the New York Knicks, to pick up a Bogdanovic, the brother's a sniper, he can shoot.
Yep,
and Burks, here's what I love about Burks. He played on the Knicks before. So he's not somebody that Thibodeau didn't want and they went out and got. But he ain't going to utilize him. He's going to leave him out on the bench. He knows this kid, likes this kid, was supportive of the kid's return, which means he's going to use the kid. And that means the starters are not going to be running to the ground, which is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Thibodeau won't be able to get in his own way. That gives me cause to say, orange blue skies, baby.
See, I love silver linings, Stephen A.
Right.
This is a good thing. But since you're asking about the injuries, I think it's time to bring in Adrian Wojnarowski to get a little bit of an update on how the New York Knicks are doing here, because Jalen Brunson is back tonight.
Better not give me bad news.
We're going to try to give you good news here, Stephen A. OG Anunoby, though, he's missed the last 2 weeks with an elbow injury. What more can you tell us? Stephen A. is hanging on to your every word here, Woj.
Malika, he's going to miss certainly the remaining games between now and the All-Star break. That'll be 9 total before the All-Star break begins on the 15th for the Knicks. But I'm told to expect it's going to be about 3 weeks from his surgery on that right elbow on Thursday when he'll be able to resume basketball activities and start working his way back. And I think for OG Anunoby, listen, New York, they won 12 of their first 14 games after his arrival. You know, he had shown really to be the best defender in the league during that period. And now bringing in Bogdanovic, Alec Burks, 2 players who can assume starting roles with these injuries and then settle into bench roles later in the season, into the playoffs. Bogdanovic has, a really strong playoff history, certainly particularly in Utah. These are players who've been in the postseason. New York went into the trade deadline hoping to get one of the two, saw the opportunity to get both, and did so without having to give up one of their first-round picks. And so certainly for New York, a trade deadline where they can bolster themselves in the short term with depth and then really help their bench later in the season when they're going to have Randle, Anunoby, the rest of their group back.
I think Woj needs to stay at home more, do the show from home more, because that's the first time he ever did the show, giving me good news, giving me very, very good news. He's usually giving me very bad news here in person, but he gave me good news this time. I like what Woj is saying.
Woj,
beautiful
thank
thing.
you.
Way to go.
Thank you so much.
Way to go.
I will stay here.
Woj is like, he will stay. He will give the news from there. Stephen A. is thrilled with this. Bob, what do you make of the deadline moves the Knicks have made?
I think the Knicks are the Pelicans of the East.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Very deep. A lot of good players. Lacking greatness. Jalen Brunson, I'd say, is hovering around greatness. After that, who are you going to convince me of? I'm sorry, I like Julius Randle. I think he's a good player. He's not a great player. Same as the Pelicans. Zion Williamson. Let's see what he can do in the playoffs. Brandon Ingram. Those 2 teams, I think, are the deepest teams. Now, the Celtics, 1-6, but 1-9 or 10, this Knicks team, that's fantastic. But when you get to the playoffs, it's not about the 9th or 10th guy. When the Warriors were winning championships, you know what our bench scoring was? 27th in the league, 28th in the league, 29th in the league. You know who scored? The guy making $40 million, the guy making $30 million.
Yeah, but what about minutes played?
Yeah, your complaint about Thibodeau with the 40 minutes of the regular season, Kerr didn't do that stuff. Yeah, but we were okay there. But since
The one place I may push back is Jalen Brunson.
What did I say?
I know, but
great. You're going great.
But he's having a great season.
He is.
And so I'm looking at this Knicks team in the way I looked at a couple of Pistons teams. The 2004 team among them, a team that's got an ensemble with a player leading the way, having a great season that just push harder than the others. And I'm not saying New Orleans can't push. The other thing is the West is so much harder than the East. The Knicks don't have to navigate the West.
Really quick, Rasheed Wallace was one of the best 10 players in the NBA on that Pistons. He just didn't act like it. That's all I got. He was great. He was great.
When it comes to talking about the New York Knicks, actually, one Stephen A. Smith gentleman, it's really not enough. We actually have a new analyst take on the Knicks defense here. Brick, take it away.
Oh, boy.
No one on the outside has any access whatsoever to your security plans. Hell, even some of your own men don't know.
That's right.
Who the hell could it be? I personally vetted every single person that works for you.
I guess I gotta question the source.
What? You think I'm behind this? Do you?
I mean, you got to prep me if we're going to be doing
So it's prep me. That's some beautiful. That's some beautiful acting right
now.
there.
Do they tell you like an Emmy? When does that stuff come out?
No. They won 7 Emmys this year. I don't qualify for that because I don't have a continuous role like that, you know. But it's coming.
It's coming. You can obviously see it.